Hi guys. It is currently 7 in the morning and I'm going to be filming a get ready with me as well as a Q&A. It's been a while since we've just hung out and talked, like it's been a minute. So the first step is to moisturize your face always, and I like to use a lot of Aveeno moisturizer because I have very, very dry skin. Oh my god, when you have dry skin, lotion feels like amazing. Always good to give your face like a little bit of a massage, especially when you have a lot of moisturizer on. Just make sure you have clean hands, of course. Look how good moisturizer makes your skin look. So we're gonna let that moisturizer sink in before we apply any makeup on it. This would be a good time to, write a to-do list down, have some coffee, plan your day out, meditate, whatever your morning ritual is. So while my moisturizer sets in, I am going to actually answer a question. The first question says, advice for your younger fans. Ooh, I really like this one. My advice for my younger fans would be to do what makes you happy, no matter what anyone says. If you like to sing, then sing at the top of your lungs. If you like to make YouTube videos, then make the YouTube videos. Who cares if you get like 50 views? Whatever it is that you're passionate about and you like doing, just do it and work hard at it, because every day you're going to get better. Literally F what everyone else says. Some people are gonna make fun of you, some people are gonna hate on your work, some people are gonna tell you you're not good enough, and you need to say screw you. You'll probably never hear from those people ever again, so they're irrelevant. Okay, what's another question? Is there going to be a Hellboy? You guys ask me all the time about a Hellboy, and there is no boy in my life right now, unfortunately. Whenever a special person enters my life, I promise you guys, I will tell you guys, you'll be the first to know. If I'm dating someone is literally the #1 question I get asked on this channel. #1. Y'all just want the tea on everything. All right, let's get into this makeup, shall we? So I'm going to start off with brows first. I always get clogged on my brows because I never trim them or pluck them. I've always just like outlined them and filled them in super lightly and just let them look like unkept. I don't know, like unkept brows are kind of like my thing. Ever since high school, my friends would be like, let me pluck your brows, let me pluck your brows, but I literally hate it. And I have a really high pain tolerance, but for whatever reason, the brow region, I cannot take the pain. I cannot. I just kind of like the look of like unkept, crazy, natural brows on me. Like, I don't know, I like it. So those are my crazy brows. So let's ask another question. What is the best sign for Pisces to be with? I find that Pisces does really well with the other 2 water signs. It kind of has like an easier, more natural, go with the flow connection with Cancer. But if it can move past like Scorpio's very defensive ways, and it can have like a really malicious but fun friendship with Scorpio. There was like a point in my life where I literally gave up makeup for a whole year. Like I just did not wear it for any occasion, and I don't think I'll ever do that again, because literally I just have way too much fun with makeup, and I totally forgot how much I loved makeup. When I was like 15 years old, I got banned from Rite Aid because I would literally take Maybelline, like what are they called, like the pot eyeshadows, like the Maybelline Studio, what are they called, girl? The second I say them, y'all are gonna know what it is. What is it? It was the Maybelline Color Tattoo eyeshadows. Girl, the bronze one was like my everyday. I would not go to school without her. I was only banned for 2 years though, it's fine. So I'm gonna dive into this pink color. I literally use it all the time on my face, as you can probably tell. And we are just going to literally attack the eyelids and the crease with this pink color. Let's answer another question. Which signs and why will live a harder life emotionally than the rest? You can really only tell like by the moon sign and maybe a bit of the sun sign how they process emotion. But if you take a look at someone's birth chart, you can really see if there were, any difficulties with parents or the home life. you can see where the Chiron is placed and kind of determine how difficult it might have been emotionally for them, you know, in that area of life. But I wouldn't say, you know, there are certain signs that have a more emotional life than others. I think there are certain signs that just feel a little deeper and more intensely than other signs. But for the most part, everyone kind of has like an emotional side to them, or like a part of their life that makes them really emotional, you know? We're all human. So now I'm gonna do some really crazy eyeliner. I'm gonna do like a cut like line going along my crease like that, and then a wing going around, but I'm not gonna connect the two. You'll see. I'm gonna do it off camera because like there's no way a girl is gonna do her eyeliner on camera. Okay, I'm back. So we did some cool like graphic eyeliner, and then I threw on some lashes. This is the look. I really like it. So now we're gonna move on to face. I'm going to prime just under my eyes because I don't wear foundation anymore. But I will wear concealer because concealer will like cover up your dark circles, cover up past events, cover up big mistakes. Concealer covers it all, honey. My dark circles look a million times better. My face looks a million times better. Then I'm gonna go ahead and set it with a bit of powder. Let's answer more questions. Okay, so this question is, how did you learn about the astrological events / info that happened throughout the year? Oh, it makes me so happy that you guys are like interested in that and like knowing about it. So there are a couple ways you can study astrology. You can study independently, you can get a mentor, you can join a program, you can join an online school, a bunch of different ways. Most of us study independently, which is what I do. And the first thing I learned how to read were birth charts. And then once you learn how to read a birth chart and you get really good at that, then you can put in dates for like astrological events and a chart pops up and you'll know how to read that. And from there you can kind of create like astrological forecasts and stuff like that. The way I describe learning astrology is like peeling back all of these layers. So you start with the first tippy top layer, which I'd say is learning the sun, moon, and rising sign, and you just dive deeper into it. You just find more information and you peel it back. So start small, learn your sun, moon, and rising, then learn about planets, then learn about houses, then try to read a whole birth chart, and then try to create an astrological forecast. I hope that answers your question. But if you just want to like keep up with astrological events, then follow astrologists on like Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. There are so many people that you can follow, and it's like following news. Like they'll keep you updated weekly. Some people will keep you updated daily. So just find them. I'll link some down below if you want to know some good ones. Me, I'm a good one. Follow me on Twitter. So now I'm going to contour the cheekbones, get the nose literally snatched to God. Oh my god, looks like I can't breathe. Now blend like there's no tomorrow. Blend like your life depends on it. My favorite thing to do is contour my nose. Like I love my nose naturally as is, but when I contour it, like it just becomes a million times cuter. Like it's like a free freaking nose job. How can I be mad? A 5-minute nose job? Sign me up. Like I'm all here for changing my facial features and becoming prettier. I think that's one thing I love so much about makeup is you can go ham and go crazy with it and then wash it all off at the end of the day. Like nothing's permanent, you're not committing to anything, but you could really change the F out of your face. I love just waking up and being like a new person every day in terms of like style, aesthetic, all that. I just like to have fun, you know? I don't know, it makes me feel good when my makeup matches me and how I'm feeling on the inside. So now we're just going to add like a little tiny bit of blush because we don't want to take away from the eyes. Normally I would go ham on blush, so I'm kind of holding back right now. Let's answer another question. What made you want to start getting into tarot reading? So I got into tarot right after I got my birth chart professionally read by my friend Mia. I'll link her like astrology Instagram right here and down below if you guys want to check her out. She's super cool, super knowledgeable. But when she did my birth chart reading, she mentioned doing like tarot and astrology because she thought it would really help with my spiritual journey. And the idea of reading tarot just like stuck in my head. So in the middle of the night, I decided to just buy the tarot cards, and I just started reading for all my friends and family. And before I knew it, they would come back to me all the time for like regular readings. And they would tell me that it was super accurate and that a lot of the times I would like predict stuff and it would be right. And I did that for a year straight before deciding to start up my tarot business. So I don't know if I mentioned this, but I have a little business where I do tarot readings, birth chart analysis, give out advice for astrological events. And there's a couple other fun things on there if you want to check it out. I'll link that down below if you want to book with me. I'm super cheap. I'm like the cheapest one out here. I wanted it to be really affordable so that way you guys can try it out and kind of like explore astrology and, you know, start off your spiritual journey. So like high key, I've always been like a really spiritual person. My grandma and my mom are super Catholic and my grandpa is Hindi. So I grew up in a house with like crosses everywhere and like an altar set up for Mama Mary, but also like Krishna everywhere and an altar set up for all of the Hindi gods. I personally don't know too much about either of those religions, but ever since I was a child, I understood this idea of there being like a higher up or a divine. And I always knew I was spiritual, and it was all about kind of like finding the thing that was right for me. So when I stumbled on astrology, I was like, yes, this is it. I'm obsessed with it. You can ask anyone that knows me. I stay up for days straight studying astrology, really trying to get good at this, really trying to get knowledgeable, so that way I can kind of help myself out, help my loved ones out, help you guys out. How do you manage even on days where you feel terrible? It took me a long time to like learn how to pick myself back up after, you know, like a breakdown or feeling really sad. But at the same time, I noticed I wouldn't do anything to relieve that sadness. I would wallow in it for days, weeks, even months. I would just wallow away in whatever sadness I was feeling because I didn't even know any better. I didn't know you could control how you feel and how your mind works. Anytime I recognized that I was in a bad place mentally or that I was having a hard day, I would try out a bunch of different things to see if they would relax me. Like I would try going on a walk, taking a bath, calling a friend, doing my makeup, getting dressed. Anything that I had interest in, I would try. Through trial and error, I found like the things that work the best for me. And now whenever I'm down on myself, I will do those things and use it as kind of like a therapy session, use it as a time to like reflect and think and be with myself and recenter myself and, you know, try to get back to neutral. I find that if I'm having just like a really hard, stressful day, then it's best that I take a bath. If I'm having like a really angry, frustrated type day, then it's best that I go on a walk or I do something more active. When you're feeling down, you need to recognize, one, that you're feeling down and that you're not in your right headspace. And then two, start exploring and figuring out what you like and what makes you feel better and what uplifts you. And like, let me tell you, you really gotta stick with it and try, because there have been times where I thought like nothing can make me feel better, like nothing, but you know, it's all a growing process. The mind is a muscle. You need to work it out and you need to practice healthy habits every day, and it gets better over time. Things never happen overnight. I'm gonna do my lips. I obviously cannot talk while I do that, so I'll be right back. Cute. So now I'm just gonna take a little bit of the highlighter, put that on the middle. So pretty. Okay, let's do one more question. What's the zodiac sign you feel like you vibe with the most? I'm a Scorpio moon, honey. I don't get along with anybody. My favorite signs have to be like Aquarius, Gemini, Pisces, Capricorn, Aries, just because those are like the signs of like the people closest to me. All right, everybody. So that is it for my get ready with me. Please like this video if you want to see more videos like makeup related or fashion related, because I would love to do those for you. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Everything is at Tania Bright. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time. Bye!